You know what I'm saying? What's going on?
What's up?
I'm alright. What are you doing?
Just setting up my ancestor altar.
Your ancestor altar? Okay. Is it of ancestors that you resonate with that you know personally, or?
Yeah, like I'm adopted, so like most of the people that I feel like are with me, I'm not related to them, but like my uncle Ricardo, like I was never allowed to leave his house. He would always ask me like, what's beautiful, and I have to say black is beautiful. Like that was the only like black role model I had in my life.
We're gonna shot and then I'm gonna
So how about we pray to be?
let's pray and then shot.
Alright, because Lord is about to be pissed at us.
He turned water into wine, so you want to
Why? This is tequila.
You didn't put it out. Nobody talked about that. You went online. You went on the story. You brought it up to the people. Put it out. Nobody else did. It doesn't matter. Shut the fuck up and let me talk. No. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Stop it.
It was no escalation to even pick up a plate and throw corn and beans, my nigga. Like this is what's baffling me. Like
that bar was that far.
I thought about it myself. Like this nigga just threw corn and beans on me. Should I slap him? But you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just coming through this shit. This is y'all issue and shit. I shoulda, but I didn't. And now that you always talking about he don't give a nobody feeling shit. Like nigga, I give a how I feel in the moment. You know, through more than these. That go crazy.
See me out here. We just stopped filming. That's the thing. I knew this shit was gonna happen. This is still fresh. Look in there. This is the first time I've seen them since we filmed.
That's crazy.
Both feel them and look at them.
Him and Jada.
Me and Jada's issue though isn't that deep. Like, I already knew what it was. Like I said, I'm a self-aware person. I always look back on myself like, I could have did this. So I already knew. I kind of was like, I was the wrong in the Jada situation because I did jump on him. So I should. And I can be an adult.
Well, just know that I got your back in this motherfucker. Like that's how it is. That's how I feel. That's how it is. That's just what it's gonna be.
I wanted to know, you know what I'm saying, whose music is good and whose music is not. So I want to, play some of our shit and shit like that. So I think it's a great activity, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would expect in that type of activity for everybody to critique each other's music. That way you can also learn something from each other, you know what I'm saying? So where someone lacks and where someone's good at, you know what I'm saying? You can kind of pick up. Play your shit first? I got you. Jayla, do you mind? Let's hear what this shit hitting on.
Do you mind, no? Do you mind, no? Do you mind, no? Do you mind, no? Do you mind if love you, yeah? It's hot as fucking here. It's hot up in the club. I just want you. Let's make love in the club. I just wanna show you how a real bitch pull up. I just wanna show you I can be number one. But first there's rules you have to follow. You cannot be on that bullshit and have all that baby drama. I just wanna love you, yeah. Do you mind, no? Do you mind, no? Do you mind, no?
She surprised me because a lot of the girls, they be very gimmicky. So I was expecting one thing and I got this stripped down, vulnerable, yeah.
I was first nervous to hear Jayla's music because, I don't know, every time an artist shows that they're that nervous to play their music, to me,
means that you're not confident in your own work. Personal opinion. So if you're not confident in your own work, why do I want to hear it, respectfully? So I was nervous to hear Jayla's music, but when Jayla's voice is amazing. It gives me like old school R&B type vibe, and I truly enjoyed it. And I just feel like Jayla needs some music friends to kind of get her juices flowing, and so she can kind of have more confidence on what she does. Because to me, she's great. I think it's the start of something great for her. Seriously.
Oh, Jayla music is good. Her voice is good. It's not what you would expect. You know, she's already beautiful, but you know the way she projects it is very sultry. You know, I love Jayla's music.
You knew we were gonna play each other music, so you acted a fool first.
Yeah.
And then played us that. Okay. Not to mention, she was trying to me, and I didn't know none of that shit from the other show.
You were trying to.
We've been flirting and shit.
Mm-hmm.
My intentions was probably to do that, but we never had a conversation about any of that shit.
How you know?
We had talked about it.
Okay.
I spoke to him.
He was gonna.
I told him I like him. Like I was like I want like you cute. Like he was like, oh, pop your shit. Like we'll see when we see each other. Like, and then you touching on me on the couch and shit. So,
well, how did you feel about it? So seeing him in person, was you at the same? Was you equal as attracted to him seeing him online?
I thought he was taller, but
Okay.
he was cute still, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say that he would have stayed. Would you think you would have had sex with him? Y'all would.
I don't know. Seeing his behavior now, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I feel like he still would have done what he did, and I would have been probably expecting that or feeling some type of way because you left me hanging. Y'all would have seen a whole nother side of me. Like when I feel rejected, I'm a whole nother person because I know that feeling too well.
Gotcha.
So if that had happened, that would have been like I would have been Sparky that night. Like I would have flipped out.
I don't know. Like I want to say I like it because I like his voice and stuff like that, but I feel like every time Jamal plays a song, it's long as hell. And I don't know, like the intro is like 20 minutes and then we're finally getting to the lyrics and it's like by the time the intro's over, I'm like, all right, can we skip? This is the same song? So I don't know. I want to say I like Jamal's music, but I don't know. I need to hear like an actual like song put together by him before I can answer that question.
Yeah, like I feel like you got the notes and the tones and shit. Like I'm really resonating with the notes and the tones and stuff like that.
So
But I feel like it's a little unmixed and unmastered.
So purposely it was unmixed and unmastered because this is an introduction to who I am as an artist. This whole project is getting a re-release.
How long has it been out?
Almost a year. This whole project is getting a re-release at its 1 year anniversary. With more complex in the lyrics and the stories, as well as the full production, but I wanted people to hear where I was as an artist without the bells and whistles.
Yeah, because I actually like it. Like
I actually like it.
I hear people
Yeah, I
say,
like
I've
that
heard
song.
somebody else make the comment what you just made, but for me, because I know what it was, like for me, it honestly sounded like
It gives me-
it
gives me.
I mean, people
like,
could
I
you could actually just
to
keep
come
it just like it
here
is
to see this,
and just
like,
say
live
it was
time.
the band lab album or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Live sessions. And it could stay like that, and I think people appreciate it just like it is because
No, I
there's so
definitely-
many
I definitely
artists that
hear
don't
it.
release
Yeah.
music because the song wasn't done professionally, and we care about what people are going to feel. But I've noticed that I love songs from my favorite artists that ain't was finished from the damn studio,
And that's
those
me
are
too.
my motherfucking favorite songs,
And that's
so,
definitely me too.
So it's just a part of the journey of as an artist. We have to not care and throw it out to the people and let them resonate with it, because some people like to listen to shit. I know people that don't listen to a motherfucking thing on the radio. My brother don't listen to somebody that's my brother don't listen to people once they make it. Once they make it, he stop listening to it and you move on to somebody else.
So my question to you is, when do you plan on putting this greatness out?
This is
What, the re-release?
The mastered and mixed release.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
So,
I mean, he's an artist.
He's
No
the-
artist should put out anything unmastered, unreleased.
First of all, yes, I did give him a little more slack or a little more, off about it because he told me how I felt about the corn, the rice and beans and shit. So yeah. So yeah, I had a little. I gave him a little more razzle dazzle, A little, because I gave everybody else the same kind of thing, But like his music was very unmixed and very unmastered, and I kind of felt like that was kind of a diss to iTunes and YouTube and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a diss to them. Yeah, don't put that shit out if it ain't mixed and mastered, baby. Don't put it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, as an artist, if it's not mixed and mastered, if it's not done, I wouldn't put it out. That's just a personal thing for me.
They were already in a bad state, you know what I'm saying, with each other. Bando was already still offended by the beans and corn and not really getting an apology from Jamal about it, So I feel like Bando had it out for him a little bit. Like I say, I'm a friend of Jamal. I've known Jamal, and to me, I thought the music still sounded good because we were there to listen to the music. You know what I mean? Of course, we're critiquing the quality and everything, but it didn't sound so crazy to where it bothered me. I would have listened to it. It just sounded like live music. It wasn't the best mixed down, but it didn't bother me at all, to be honest. So I felt like Bando just kept drawing out the issue. I mean, I think he even said it. The beans. He was still mad about the beans. So, but he had some pointers. But that was just a project from Jamal. Hopefully, Jamal's next project is more professional.
I think Jamal is very talented, but again, there was some truth in what Bando said. Now, would I have said it like Bando? No. Would I have probably even said it in that context? No, because I feel like Jamal probably knew that. Like, I'm not trying to be, I feel like you recorded off a phone, and my music's not perfect, but I didn't record, like if I do a cover, I'm gonna record off probably GarageBand and put on Instagram or something, right? But to actually put music out or take it seriously, I feel like it should be in the studio. Like, you should be in a recording studio. Yeah, there's no ifs, ands, and buts.
Let me be an adult here, guys. I feel like the way Bando came off, if it was me and Jamal's situation, I probably would have been defensive as well. I don't think it had to be that serious, honestly, because I feel like I think they went back and forth a little bit. I think I probably would have said something shady back and paid the dust, and that would have been that. But I don't know, you're in a house full of artists, and I just don't think you should be that offended by certain things. Like I said, though, I understand the tone of voice and how everything just transpired, and now we're sitting here talking about each other's music, and I don't know if you're being shady, I don't know if you're trying to be funny, so but I don't know. I feel like I get where he's coming from, but at the same time, it's a house full of artists. This is the activity. Get over it. If you think you're the shit, who gives what these people are saying about your music? At the end of the day, there's still 1 million people out there listening to it. Maybe. I don't know about that many people, but there's potential.
What's happening?
Don't play mine. Since y'all talking about
What's happening? Who this?
It's your turn.
It's your turn, nigga. What's up?
been trying to but you're acting different and you're tripping, baby, so but you said you wanted this, but you said you loved it, but you said you wanted me to be what's happening? Tell me what's happening. Oh, what's the deal? Tell me why you don't love me. Yeah, yeah. Now you hurt me. Tell me what's happening. Tell me why you don't love me. Tripping and baby, right there. Hold on. Now you hurt me.
Now, Perimeter, that boy got a voice on him. I can definitely see us working. Perimeter has a voice. His song is good. Again, it's not mixed and mastered well for me. You know what I'm saying? But it definitely has potential as well.
I think Perimeter needs to lock in and be serious, because like his music is great, but like it wasn't what it could have been because of the quality of the music. I feel like if he takes the time to mix and master, or even get somebody that knows what they're doing to mix and master his stuff, he probably would have been the best artist in the house after me.
And I do have a remix after this, so I just want you to know.
Please tell me what the fuck I was saying.
Okay. We're gonna play it right now, okay? This is it right here. She nasty, freaky, yeah, she nasty. We bring the speaker a little closer for y'all so y'all can hear it. Don't let that move talk. Baby, I love it. Eat it from the back. Pussy speak my language, so don't make it nasty. Hood bougie classy. She freaky and she nasty. Freak nigga, I'm nasty. About to take it a pound down. Shorty got that wet. Since not from my side town, gon' let a nigga slide in it. Pussy wet, let me dive in it. Parachute, let me glide in it. Hoppin' in and hide in it. Get it jumpin' like freak nigga. In the street with a freak bitch. Take it back to that boom boom. Give me some of that boom boom. Trampoline that pussy. That thing where ain't good shit. Play with that nookie. Let me milk them cookies. Pussy on per 30. About to hit it with the perk dip. Put that ass on demon time. Arch her back and get the work, bitch. Then she get the screaming. Pussy get the creaming. Show to see I'm feeling. This the kid when you need it. Long stroke, long winded. Deep dick, I'm all in it. Lay back and ride it. Tongue all inside. Put the leg to the headboard. Back down the bedboard. Legs to the headboard. Make that pussy talk, make that pussy walk. That kitty so hot, I gotta make that pussy talk. Hey, shawty on that hit it. Grandma, yeah, Nebraska with the bigot. Feel that really sticky. You know that you hit shit, and I know you fucking with it. I know she strippers. Hit the phone, start tripping. 10, 20s and 50s. All my dogs is with me. Killed the pussy like 9 times. Heard the pussy got 9 lives. Congratulate that pussy. I gave that pussy a high five. Throw it back, she nasty. Freak her, she nasty. She classy. That pussy don't make it nasty.
Oh, Bando, you know, he got good energy. His music was dope. You know, low battery. But nah, his music was dope. You know, no negatives on Bando's music. You know, because he came with energy. You know, that sexualness. You know, that aggressiveness. You know, like a Busta Rhymes in a sense, but a lot more explicit. And I thought it was dope.
I honestly expected him to be like angry. I expected him to be like a battle-ish rapper, but like it's almost like you were saying earlier, something about like magic in the music or whatever. Like it's almost like he'd be like emotionally breaking you down with that. Like it's like a complex, the way he says stuff. Like your punchlines might be nasty, but the way that he says stuff is very like intentional.
He has aesthetic, yeah, the voice, the look, and I think that he knows who he is, and I think that's very important too. Even if a person can't sing worth a damn, or can't rap worth a damn, and I'm not saying this is his situation, but if you know who you are, oh, that's all you need, especially nowadays in the industry. You don't really you don't need talent nowadays. It will be good. It will get you far, but you don't need it to blow up. You know what I mean?
Alright, well, I want to smoke, so I really enjoyed y'all music. I really did.
Me too, but it's time to smoke.
Y'all are talking about deep dark shit. I gotta go.
You talking about
Mind you,
feelings and
thank you for I should have just said, yeah, let's not talk about this earlier, bitch.
talk about it.
Chrissy tried to save my
Just
ass.
don't think too much perimeter. I think you think a lot.
A lot. Get out your head.
Let it go.
I really do.
You're a
I
really
really
good
do.
artist, and I'm gonna say that.
Yeah. Just let it go.
I mean, but you also have to think about like the gay community, like they're so.
I'm in it, and I'm in it. I'm a part of it, and I think about it. All
Maybe
the time.
I'm just sensitive.
But you know what? I don't.
I'm
think
just
about
a
it. Not everybody's gonna like your shit. Not everybody's gonna like. Not Nicki Minaj, Beyonce, Rihanna. Top 3 females we can actually say right now. Not everybody likes Beyonce. Not everybody's like Nicki Minaj. Not everybody likes Rihanna. You're not gonna put, there's nothing in the world you're gonna put out, and every single person walking is gonna like it.
Yeah.
You gotta just take who don't like it and say, okay, you don't, but he does. So it is what it is.
I'm good, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yes, you gotta.
We don't need no.
Everybody don't like the shit.
She crazy. Yo, that's stupid as hell.
Alright, I'm about to go.
We don't. Yeah. Everybody don't like
Gray has
it.
been killing me with this all day. And I've never experienced somebody else like singing my shit before. Like,
I like that song a lot. I would remix that song.
for real.
Oh, these dirty cups, something over there.
Which one? Oh no, those clean. The bean just one more minute.
Oh,
That's fine.
I'm like, man, these ain't clean, bro.
I'm about to take
I didn't see that.
Yo, that's stupid.
You want to land?
That's my side came out.
You suck.
That nigga stupid.
Let me get by you.
I speak my mind. It's the mental health. That's what it is.
Talk to me.
I feel like everybody that be on.
Them drinks was, I just started feeling like the drinks was hitting. I started feeling like I was already tired from working a lot. I was stressed out. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm starting to feel a little sleepy here. I feel like I'm dozing. I feel like I'm going. You know what I'm saying? But I was getting fucked up. I think I had a little too many. A little too many. And then walking into that bullshit, it's just like, okay, well, this ain't helping the vacation. This is making me drink a little more.
What makes my life real?
What makes my life real?
What make my life real? What makes me a regular person?
Is the fact that I'm ubiquitous in this grind, so you cannot miss me.
I want to live, love, laugh, and learn just like the next person.
When you cut me, I bleed. Making boss move. I have feelings and emotions just like any other human being.
Is that I work hard?
Being independent.
I've been through some things.
I've done the work that it takes to get where I am today.
I love a good look. I love a good outfit.
Living in my truth 24/7.
And I only speak reality, and I only speak truth.
And at the end of the day, I really just want to put people on.
We live just like anybody else. That's what made my life real.
What makes my life relentless?
What makes my life relentless?
What makes my story relentless?
What makes my life story relentless?
What makes my life story relentless? Because no matter what chapter in my life,
I stand for good. I stand for people that are standing in the dark. My drive to actually be the change in the world that I want to see.
I take punch after punch.
To have a voice, to be heard, to be seen.
No matter how many rounds I go through in life, I have remained undefeated and self-made.
I create spaces by cultivating, motivating, and inspiring those around me.
And I still come out on top.
I'm still the champion.
Ask me up, ayy. No need for introduction, but you know it's dark brown. And you know it's lit every time I step out. Don't need you to gas me, but you can roll a blunt. Keep a bag of party favors, we just trying to get fun. Too up to give a fuck about what a gator talking about. But you can keep on hating long as my name in your mouth. Ow, Brown, I need a million to strike a pose. Trendsetter gifted to be different all around the globe. Waste of time trying to figure me up like Da Vinci Code. Reincarnated out of pyramids that's yet to be exposed. Everybody ballin', but I be manifesting. Everything I want, I just mark it off my checklist. J-Dar Brown, your favorite idol and your fetish. My energy magnetic, cause it's unapologetic. Real shit, niggas bow at my presence. The black boy George and my bitch Queen Hefe, for real. Puff and puff that dank. Pour another drink. Puff and puff that dank. Pour another drink. Ay, puff and puff that dank. Pour another drink. Puff and puff that dank. Running up that bank, let's go. Gas me up.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some.
So do you put sugar in your grapes?
No.
That's a conversation that be happening.
No.
I'm not lying. How dare you look? How dare you?
Yeah, breakfast was delicious. We had a lot. We had grits. We had bacon.
I know you had a particular diet.
Yes. I don't eat beef, pork, or chicken. I'll definitely dabble sometime with turkey now. I find that to get my source of protein more. But yeah, so I only had fish and grits and some cheese in it or something like that. And it was so good. I really enjoyed it. Oh yeah, and toast. I think it was toast.
How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited for today. The studio.
Yeah.
Like the photo shoot. I'm super excited. I can't wait to get into the studio and feel you guys' element too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, see y'all in that fucking like work mode.
Yeah.
So.
How was the Jacksonville like scene when recording and just getting into the studio?
It's good. It was pretty hard for me to like find like a studio home, to be honest. It was hard because I felt like it was. I mean, everywhere it's kind of, you got some homophobia going on, whatever case may be. But it was just hard just finding a person that was just educated on even vocals, because a lot of artists where I'm from are just rappers mostly. So they're not really a lot of vocalists around. So when I get in the studio, the producer or the engineer can't be like, oh, try this note, or put a vibrato on the end, or da-da-da, It's just like going there and record, and I had to get, somebody straight I was working with, like, hey, you're gonna have pride in my shit. You're not just gonna be just putting me in the studio, just record. That's not what this is. I take pride in my work,
Yes.
So that's my thing. So here, when I came here, it was more like open-minded. I found a studio home, nice girl, just things is just coming.
I'm feeling pretty good. Breakfast is good. Having some great conversations with Jayla and Chrissy. I'm still feeling a little uneasy about the perimeter and J-Dot thing. And I still have not heard J-Dot's side at that moment.
You okay, Bert? I don't want to what happened last night? No.
What happened last night? What? Outside of what?
In the room.
In the room?
Yes, in the room.
What happened?
I woke up and you was eating.
I woke up and you was on my dick. Like, I woke up, your legs were intertwined between mine. I'm not gonna lie. Inside of the bed, gave out mixed vibes in the bed. I'm not gonna lie.
Why was you so nervous to say something about it? Like, you're not used to saying something to people.
When I had said something about my cousin doing stuff to me, not that nobody believed me, but even the police came and they chalked it up to childhood exploration is what is on the paperwork. So they didn't separate us. They didn't tell us not to communicate. They didn't so my experience with speaking up about stuff is don't nobody give a shit. Like, no one's gonna say anything. My mom, and I really don't even care because we've had this conversation. When I told my mom, she was like, no, Steven's a good boy, he wouldn't do that. So in my experience, people are gonna make excuses for the other person. And even in the way that happened, I'm not gonna say he made excuses for himself, but he and you did and from the conversations that we had previously, that is what hurt me the most. That's when I got angry because I care about you as a person.
He said people always do this to me.
What are you think when you brought this up? Are you like
gagged?
Gagged, yeah.
Like gagged. Cause I'm like, you wait till the cameras come on, to all these people around, we're at breakfast to talk about this. When you've been in and out of the room all morning long, if somebody offended my body, you know what I'm saying, and I felt that way, like me or something, then I would address you like at any point. You know what I'm saying? You stayed in the bed with me, so you couldn't have been too offended out of the way, you know. So it's like you kept coming in and out of the room. Never. He didn't get up he didn't get up and go to the bathroom. He didn't get up and do anything. He just went to sleep. Like he pulled up his pants and literally went to sleep.
Wow.
Yes, and he stayed there because took me a minute to go to sleep. So unless he did it when I went to sleep, I can't speak.
Gotcha.
But while I took me a minute to go to sleep, you know what I'm saying? And I was like feeling a certain type of way because I was eating your booty and you like fell asleep. Like you didn't even get to finish. You got my dick hard.
How?
Ruffin was in the bed. Ruffin was in the bed when I got.
I was not out. I was not out.
I couldn't tell if you were asleep or if I couldn't tell if you were.
Did you not say I was snoring?
Because you were asleep.
I was not out.
Snoring when I was.
I was not. I was not out. Like,
well, you were not snoring while you were laying there.
I was not out.
Snoring.
I was not out.
I don't care what
I
you
was
say.
not out, and I woke up and your tongue was doing shit. That's all.
Because your ass was on my dick. I'm not gonna sit here and goddamn go back and forth about no shit. Like nigga, when I got in the bed, your legs was intertwined between my legs. I'm sitting here on my phone in the bed. I'm watching and listening and watching in the bed, and your legs is in between my legs. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, and I don't know nothing about you was not snoring. And that's just the goddamn truth. And it gave out mixed feelings. I'm not gonna sit here and lie.
Somebody told me I was snoring.
That was when he was in the room. This is not while I was in the room. This was a different time period. So I did put my arm around you and then you removed my arm. So then I took and I was like, well, I don't know if maybe he's asleep or what the So then I turned around and then got back on my goddamn phone.
I was drunk. I drank too much. I'm not gonna say I did too much because I definitely feel like I handled myself. When I knew it was too much, I went to sleep. I came up here and I went to sleep. Like, I drank too much, I went to sleep, and then I woke up and it was somebody tonguing my ass. Like,
how did you feel about that? Do you feel like, because it came out that you put your legs on him, and do you feel like...
But after we talked about that, like, you and I had already talked about that. Like, I have nightmares and stuff. Like, I can go in my bag now. I have my medication with me for my nightmares and stuff. I move in my sleep.
You do.
I cry in my sleep. I scream in my sleep. Like, I make noise in my sleep. Like,
no, I agree because I experienced you.
Yeah, like, you was in here. You was in here.
Yeah, I was in the bed with you for like 4 hours, but I didn't think to take you and just, you know.
Yeah, like.
I came and got in the bed. You know, he was seeming to be asleep, you know, and I'm on my phone, you know, it's like 4 in the morning, I'm trying to wind myself down, you know, and then before you know, like he begins to put his legs in between mine as I'm laying in the bed. So, you know, he started to interact with me, you know, as I'm laying there, and then, you know, eventually I began to interact with him back, you know, I went from just, you know, putting our legs together and footsies, you know, to him putting his butt on me, and then from there, when he had first put his legs on me, it's like he had kind of like fell asleep, like he had did it, and then he had stopped. He was chill because he was sleeping when I got in the bed, you know. So I think I just kind of like woke him, and then it's like
you think he knows it was you and not me in the bed at that point?
Yeah, because we had like spoke.
Okay, got you. So he's like in.
He knew I was in the bed.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. So you know, he started to put his legs and everything in between mine, and then it's like he fell back asleep. You know, how I'm looking at it. And then, you know, he woke back up, and then that's when he started caressing on me with his butt by, you know, moving his butt on me. And I was laid like this right here, so, you know, it's like his butt just like on this leg right here, you know, as he's laying on this side of me. And then, you know, then we begin to touch on each other, and then I begin to put my hands, you know, down his pants and grab on his butt, you know, and I mean, before you knew it, I kind of pulled his pants down, and, you know, he had turned over on his stomach, and then I began to eat his booty. And sometime while I was eating his booty, he fell back asleep. You know, and then when I was eating his booty, all I noticed that he woke up, and then he ended up pulling up his pants, and he had seemed as if he didn't know what was going on. Like, I remember that, you know, and I remember me feeling as if like, was he woke ever? You know, like what's going on? Like so it made me feel a certain type of way, you know, because he didn't want to engage anymore. So I remember just turning over and then just sucking it up and going to sleep because I felt bad. You know, I mean, you got not really lit down, but you know, I mean.
So it was like, so for you, he was engaging originally, then he stopped engaging.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. So when you notice he stopped engaging, that's when you.
Yeah, when I'm eating. Pull up your pants after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Cause he pulled pants, but he pulling them up. He like moving. He's like, so it's not like he did. He's actually like pulling them up.
Yeah, he was. Well, he's first off, he's laying on his stomach. You know, so I'm like down in between his legs, eating his butt, and then you know, I was eating at least for like a good maybe a minute or two. You know, and then all of a sudden, and then you know, he like I can only say he woke up. Like it's like he fell asleep and then he woke up and then he like pulled up his pants and he just looked like it was like as if he wasn't aware of what was going on.
You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to seem as if
Okay, well, after the point where I remove your arm,
because then you take it
whether or not you think that I'm flirting with you after that, if I remove your arm,
so why would you put my leg between your leg again?
So once he woke, let's get that straight. Hold on.
So then that's what I did.
No, man, once he woke up.
So then I said, hey, yo, I said, perimeter, are you woke? I actually did that. Hey, yo,
did I say anything?
It was he woke
and he turned around and said, yeah.
So he was woke?
Yes.
Okay, so he's saying that you
were
woke.
So he said, yeah, that's it. So then he just went back to like laying down and doing whatever he was doing. But he was very chill in his own way. But then his leg would get on my leg again. I didn't know if that's just maybe how he sleep or if he's trying to insinuate that it's okay to come on to me. And that's just being honest about the situation. Like,
so we was outside after everything, and we had Jamal over here having a temper tantrum. I don't know what the fuck was going on that side. I was over here with Jayla and I think Bando, and then J-Dot had came out. And he was over there doing his business. I ain't gonna say too. He was over there handling his business, doing what he does, what he likes to do. And I didn't see, but I was told by Perimeter that he joined him in doing what he likes to do that night after we left. This is after we went inside. Me and Jayla and Vanda, after we smoked the blunt, we went inside and took a shower and went to sleep. That night. He came in, he said, because I guess he's recovering or something like that. And he came in upset and was like, I wasn't sleeping, but like I was on my way to sleep. And he was like, I relapsed, like he was genuinely upset. I didn't pay it no mind. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about at that time. But then once things started happening, I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, he told me he relapsed and he told me he joined J-Dot and did what he wanted to do.
I was told when you was outside that you and after the sub was over, I went to bed, but I guess y'all was on the porch. And they said something about, is it true that you and Perimeter participated in drugs usage on the porch? Okay. How did you know about his drug usage? Did he tell you that?
Yeah, we spoke about it on the phone prior to meeting.
Yeah, okay. And then he did, I do remember him coming upstairs and he said he drunk too much. He told me that. He said, I'm about to get into bed, I drunk too much. Because he was like, he don't drink too much. And I was also told from Bando and I think Chris, they said he was walking around saying he was horny. And when he get drunk, he get horny or something. Did you hear that? Do you remember that?
No, I didn't hear that. But I mean, I've talked to him on the phone to know.
Gotcha. But you didn't hear it that night.
But I didn't hear
Okay, yeah, Bando, because I do remember him telling me that he do stuff sometime when he get drunk. So he wanted to kind of like lay down because he felt like he was going to do something he's going to regret.
He feels like, regardless of what you're saying right now, he feels like you did all of that without his consent.
Yeah.
Regardless of what signals you received, regardless of whatever happened, in this very moment right now what we're talking about, what he's saying is he feels like he was taken advantage of by you.
I have never been in a bed with nobody and I don't give a sleep. I have never crossed my bodies with someone, my brothers that straight or anything. So you can't, first off,
He didn't tell you yes. That's what you don't understand.
you can't goddamn put your legs on nobody. Like that, no, you're tripping. So you telling me when you're sleeping with people, you automatically just rub on them? I won't want you to touch me if I'm sleeping, period.
So I woke up and my pants was down and shit, and this motherfucker trying to eat my ass. Who? So I said he don't need to be in here. Like, you know them inflatable balloon people? Like,
Oh my God!
Like, bitch, I'm serious. Like, I was.
No, that's not funny though.
It's not funny, but like I really,
we talk about it, but
that was like my immediate like, bitch, roll off the bed and pretend you gotta go pee.
So what happened when you realized what was going on like that?
I rolled out of the bed and I went in the bathroom and I sat in the bathroom.
Also, you got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then came back in and like literally was like sleeping like this. We had so many conversations about like music and stuff. I tend to get my hopes up about like friendships and people and shit. So like, if you present a friendship to me a certain type of way, that's how I understand.
But talk to him first because it might be a misunderstanding. I'm not trying to. It sounds like I'm trying to like defend that, but I'm saying it might be a misunderstanding. He might have he might have felt like you let him on at one point. You might have like it might have been a misunderstanding. It might have been what it is, but we never know.
We never had a conversation about I like you. We never had a conversation. None of that.
Crazy story, crazy situation, but that's what he told me. So then I guess my thoughts was like, was you sleeping that hard? Like, was you that up? And that's my natural reaction, right? Because I don't fuck how drunk I am. If I don't want it, I don't want it. Like, I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna fight you. I might not hit you, be hitting the wall or something.
It's the morning time, you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm not saying I'm just waking up. I've been up for like an hour now, but I'm still, trying to figure it out. So he's telling me I'm listening. And I'm kind of in shock, like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on? Like, I didn't get the chance to wash my ass yet. What the fuck is happening here?
I definitely was uncomfortable about it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't me, but I just felt like being in the house and hearing that it was definitely a uncomfortable situation to hear.
You not understand. So when I was in bed with him, he was drunk. Like you not understand. He was drunk.
Drunk when?
But let me finish.
You said it a lot last night.
He was moving. So when he was moving, I didn't take that as a signal he wanted me to get on top of because I know when you get that drunk, when you're not a drinker, you're moving around. I would say, let me finish because I experienced it. Remember, I was in the bed for 3 hours. He was definitely moving, but he wasn't moving. I didn't feel like he was giving me a signal that he wanted. He's moving because he's drunk. He's lit. You know what I mean? So he's tossing and turning. That's what he was doing.
No.
I feel like as J-Dot's talking and saying like, okay, you kind of initiated it. Okay, so you hit the joint. You either forgot that you did that after you hit the pipe, or y'all did. You probably went in there horny, because I'm pretty sure that's like a sex drug, if I'm not mistaken. People hit the pipe and go all night type shit. So you probably did exactly that. Hit the pipe and went in there and got a little horny. And then maybe you woke up and you forgot. I don't know, but as J-Dot's talking, it was like, okay, this makes more sense. Like, this actually makes sense to me. And y'all shared a bed, you was laying there. I'm also like, I don't know, J-Dot, maybe he wasn't poking his ass out, maybe he was asleep, but then at the same time, I don't see J-Dot as somebody to keep going if somebody says stop, personally.
People go through shit, I've been through shit. Like,
Do you think it's a misunderstanding, or you feel like that person took advantage of you?
After we talked about it, I feel like maybe however your life played out for you, like, just didn't, like, I have certain messages that I've got living my life. Jayla has certain messages she's got. You got certain messages you got. Like, maybe the message that you got was not the message that I got about as far as consent goes and how to properly process stuff like that. Like, I was abused as well. So like maybe being accused at an early age and having to like really evaluate how I approach people scared me to where I learned the lesson that even though I didn't do that shit, like that girl asked me to show her my dick. So I really was like,
Who showed you? Who that shit? Somebody here?
No, like the girl when I got arrested initially, like you asked me to do that. So like in that instance, like that's why I was like, I understand how you feel in that moment, but I didn't ask you to do that. I didn't say none of that. My body language didn't say none of that.
I'm not blaming. Well, he definitely takes some accountability for this. Yes. Yeah, because you went back.
Yeah, he definitely.
You went back. If you had you left and didn't come back, then there wouldn't be no accountability because you left. You found out what happened, and then you moved on, and or anything like you didn't even come and really tell nobody right away. Like you let it slide overnight. You slept on it. You woke up. You ate breakfast. Or you woke up and told us.
He did tell you.
You woke up and told us, and then you ate breakfast, and then to me it didn't seem like you was that mad about it.
You don't take a person's whole leg. You don't take your leg and wrap your legs inside somebody else's leg and say that.
What did you feel from that? What was in your mind? What was
in the beginning, when he first did it, I just thought it was just like some cute little sleep shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I had been talking to him prior to this. So that's all I had took from the beginning.
No,
that's why I just sat there on my
No. At any point, if I did say I'm up, at any point did I tell you to put your tongue in my ass?
That's all he's saying.
It's not about it. First off, now we're not gonna sit here and not be grown. We're gonna be grown about a situation. You know what I'm saying? I won't sleep in bed with nobody, and I'm not gonna put my body parts on a person in a bed and all giving off mixed signals, and then turn around and act like that. When remove my arm, I had turned my ass around the other way because
that
I had felt
all of that though.
No, it was after that. You know what I'm saying?
Because, I feel like I'm a processor, personally. If you don't give me a chance to process, who knows what I'm gonna do. So but that goes with everything. So when you're coming with me with all this information, serious shit, I'm just automatically like, damn, oh my gosh, I feel for you. I'm an empath, so I feel for you. But then he keeps talking, I keep listening, I start to hear little gaps in the story. I then take it upon myself to go talk to J-Dot one-on-one, and I ask him, chill, don't say nothing, but I asked him, what happened last night? I didn't even really tell him, what's going on. I just asked him, what happened last night? And his story seemed more realistic to me, given that I know J-Dot, based off of, I've already did a show with him, already seen how he moves. So I don't know, as time went on and I started to hear both sides and I started just to hear even Perimeter keep talking, I kind of started to feel like, you did what you didn't need to do, what you shouldn't have did, and you had the time of your life. And then you regretted it or felt bad and now you're trying to switch the story. That's what I feel like happened.
I got in the bed just on my own and just laid there. Then you did that. It wasn't my intentions to wrap my legs in between your legs and even touch you. Because you're sleeping. So when you did that, so that's why I asked you, are you woke once you remove my arm? Because I'm like, what's going on here?
So the only thing I understand what you're saying, you understand what he's saying. That's all.
I do recall him saying he woke up to J-Dot eating his again, after that moment, I was kind of trying to understand, okay, well, how did he get that far? He had to pull your pants down. You had to be on your back, I guess, or your side,
Damaging stuff that got recorded, you know what I'm saying? It was intentional that you did that, so it was like you're out for the worst of me. And why? You know what I'm saying? Because that's something that you could have resolved, even if, let's say you didn't know at all, you know what I'm saying? And let's say I took advantage of you. You could have addressed me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm there. You trusted me enough to stay in the bed, so you trusted me enough to keep coming in and out of the room all morning long. You kept walking past me, and you got other people around. If you're talking to other people, why didn't you just take the courtesy to say, hey, yo, bro, last night what happened, what did happen? You know what I'm saying? What made you think that you should do that to me? You ain't give me none of that. You know what I'm saying? You didn't say nothing until we got to the table, and you still said a bunch of nothing. You know what I'm saying? You tried to just make me seem as if I had did something so wrong, and I believed it.
We understand what you're saying.
That's a sick misunderstanding.
We understand. We get what you're saying, but I don't think you are understanding what he's trying to say right now.
It's nothing that he can say when you gave off the
that's what he's saying.
You know what? Y'all.
So you can't cut
That's weird. No. So you ain't never put your leg between nobody's legs and then been like, yo, baby, are we gonna or something like that? You have never done it. When did I say that? Yo, boy, you wanna sit your head bitch, you'll be a dead person.
Talking all that voodoo shit about his uncle. Get your I got your uncle right here.
So he was saying doing voodoo on you or something?
Yeah, it's talking about something. I'm gonna get my uncle, dead uncle. God, and you talk about a uncle. bitch, throw him out the window, ashes and all. The carrying around somebody's ashes for, you know what I'm saying? Talk about you go to food on somebody. Oh, the please. He's the spectrum.
Right, let's just move on.
Spectrum babies.
No
disrespect to those. Just him.
A couple times, like the word rape was thrown out, like not as that's what it was, but that is by definition what that situation was. And I purposely, because I consider you my friend and my brother, to not say that word or not try to insinuate that, and you still got mad and still.
So why did you pick up the knife?
Because you said you was gonna kill me.
And you said
I blacked out. And then especially in that situation, like my cousin will never with this, but he told me if I told him, like, he was going to murder me. So when that happened, I was like, damn,
I don't think most likely what he said did not happen. I think he just not being honest about his part in it. So if you did smoke with him, and if you did, and y'all were drinking and shit, and like I said, you were throwing sexual favors, not at just me, but at plenty of people, you know what I'm saying? So, or just in general, because you were drinking and, you know, you were feeling yourself. So therefore, how this led up, he has to take some accountability for that. You know what I'm saying? So.
No, my question was.
And then to make it even worse, that you left and then came back.
I didn't know he was doing sexual favors. You know what I'm saying? You know for sure he was saying like.
He was saying like little sexual things.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like
in reference to like fucked or laying up or who in the house is cute type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he was saying little things like that. So I wouldn't, and he was getting up while doing it. So I wouldn't put it past if they were in the room together, since they were linking and, you know, sharing the room or whatever, that some shit had went down. You know what I'm saying? And especially if y'all both smoking the pipe.
We'll both be dead in this.
You be the only one that like
No, that's like, I'm crazy for real. You're not gonna tell me that I'm like, and then say everything that I said. That's everything that I said this morning.
I'm not, and the thing is like, y'all see me in growth. As a child, I was crazy. So like, I know you're not gonna talk about it. If he wanted to use that knife, he would have grabbed a knife, he would have went over there and used that knife. I feel like he put on a show.
And this is from history, knowing people that smoke, whatever they smoke is comfortably with them. You know what I'm saying? But from history of that, like, I know junkies that would smoke and they be fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like, and probably don't even know what even happened the next day. You know what I'm saying? So, and I hate the word to use junkies, but people that are on drugs and use substances and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? There's a history of that. You know what I'm saying? It's not no secret to society.
Because you're putting somebody else in danger that has nothing to do with it, so put it down.
But
they got your back.
This is
why I didn't want to talk about it though.
Because
like,
what
you have to hold them accountable.
He's trying to turn it.
Right, so trust me, they support you. So he did tell, for clarity, he did tell production that he did call and apologize to you. Mm-hmm. And I think I called him and I'm like, so what happened was you called and told me that he apologized, mm-hmm. and I called him and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why would you apologize to someone you said done this bad thing? And I think I told both of y'all, unless y'all not recording each other conversation, y'all should not be speaking because this is a very serious matter.
Yes.
So y'all can't be just casually picking up the phone, having a conversation, and this matter is not cleared up. So I think I was disappointed at you.
You was.
And I was disappointed at Perrin. I'm like, and I even
found. And I didn't even think about recording, so that was like the furthest thing.
And I even told you, and I said, if he apologized to you, you should have recorded.
Yes.
But for clarity, he did tell production he apologized to you. But he said he apologized for pulling the knife out on you.
Yeah, I never even seen
But
that.
you said, and for clarity, you did not even know he pulled the knife on you because when he pulled the knife, you went upstairs.
Yeah, I was already upstairs. You know what I'm saying? Pissed off at how he just approached it because he should have. You could, if you're going to talk about something like this, I feel like you should have said something to me first, mm-hmm. because you stayed in the bed with me all night. You never left out of the bed.
He said he left. He said he went to the bathroom. No, and he said he slept on the floor for the rest of the night.
That boy slept right on the side of me for the rest of the night. You know what I'm saying? No. So like. It just didn't make any sense. When he called, I don't have his number saved. I didn't have his number saved anymore. Or maybe he had gotten a new number. So when he called from a random number and I just answered it. And then he was like it was him. And you know, I was happy he called. Because he said that it wasn't my fault, you know, and that I wasn't wrong because he was actually engaging with me. He did do the things it is that I said he did. He did rub his butt on me, and he was, you know, engaging. But he said that he told me that he had drunk too much, you know, and that he just wanted to lay down, and that in between that time he just kept falling in and out of sleep. So it lined up, it lined up with what I had thought.
You also told production that he said something about
he was also mad at the fact that when we got up with each other, because we talked on the phone for like 2 months before the show.
Oh yeah,
it felt as if I would have been more on him when we got to the house. But you know, as you're going to be going into a house with a bunch of different people that you don't know, you know, I just pulled back a little bit so therefore I could be able to assess and, you know, see when we get there if the connection is really there.
So he wanted you more on him and like on
yes.
Yeah,
I wasn't engaging with him as much as he wanted me to.
One-on-one engagement.
Yes.
Not as a group, but he wants you to one-on-one. Because for what you're saying is y'all definitely had conversation about being the couple of the house.
Yes.
Gotcha. And they come with the sexual activity, I'm assuming as well, if y'all talking about couple stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would just be natural, but it wasn't.
No, I'm saying at the time
we didn't just specifically talk about having sex.
Okay, it was just the language of couple.
Yes.
And whatever come with being a couple.
Yes.
Okay, and he said he was offended by you not being, I guess, one-on-one with him as much.
Yeah, because we were together. We met up at the train station. We had done went to the store with each other, and you know, I was more so just embracing that when we get back to the house, other people are about to come, you know, so I'm a little nervous, you know. Jamal is going to be coming, you know, and I mean, you know, I have like an attraction to Jamal a little bit, so, you know, I didn't want to put all my eggs in one basket at the same time, you know.
So you possibly wanted to fuck Jamal too?
Yeah, I did want to fuck Jamal. I don't know why Jamal just didn't stay. He would have been better if I would have been here talking about this.
Gotcha.
No games being played. We on the mission, so it's no tea, no shit. Real life, real life. What you gotta say? Ain't no games being played. We on the mission, so it's no tea, no shade. I'm on my way to the top, and I ain't gonna ever stop. Real life.